Okay, for this part, you can go to Journal, page 157, and follow along, or you can go to slide 3 on EDM Online, and you will have these pages. So you can either watch this and then go and finish those slides, or follow along on the journal with me. On this page it says partition. Again, that word means cut each circle in the name collection box to show different ways to represent half. Then add other equivalent fraction names. Remember, equivalent means equal. So we are going to start by cutting the first circle right in half. There we go. We've cut it in half. Now, as we talked about, and then we're going to shade in half of it. As we talked about earlier, we can cut it differently and it'll still be a half. So we're going to cut it now into fours. And then we're going to shade that same half, and that's still half. Now let's just cut it a little bit more. Instead of fours, let's cut it again. So that would be like again and again. They have to be equal parts. But now we have 8 pieces, and we're going to color in the same amount. And then now, this is going to be really tricky. We're going to cut it and cut it and cut it into 8s. And then we're going to cut it again. Wow, how many pieces is that? So they're all equal sizes. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? Let me erase. I wonder if I could erase that one for a second. I'm not sure. Hold on. How do we erase? Well, Mrs. Watkins messed up on this one. So we're gonna don't do it like this. Instead, I'm gonna make a circle, and we're going to cut it. Let's do this. Let's do there we go. So now we have 6 pieces. How's that? That's a little easier than this one. So sorry, I messed up on this one. Don't look at this one. But we've got this one with 6, and we're going to go ahead and fill this out. Okay, so let's look at this. Remember I said the top number is the numerator. So 1 out of 2 is shaded. There's 2 pieces. This is 4 pieces, so the denominator would be 4, and 2 are shaded. And this one has 8 pieces, and 4 are shaded, so that's the top. And then this one, the last one I had 6 pieces all together, and I shaded 3. So look at this. All of these, don't look at this one, but all 4 of these are shaded the same. They're not cut the same, but they're shaded the same. And so they are what we call equivalent. A half is equal to 2 fourths, is equal to 4 eighths, is equal to 3 sixths. That is how we do equivalent fractions. Now, we're going to go ahead and go to the next slide. And this time, they want you to add other equivalent fraction names. So 1/4. So let's do this. Let's make, oops, I'm got to put this back again. I've got to, there we go. We're going to make a circle, and look, it's 1/4. The bottom has to be 4. So we know 1/4 is like that. That's 1/4. So 1 out of 4. That's how we write it. Now let's take this same circle, but instead of doing 4, let's cut it a little bit more. Let's cut it this way and this way. See, it's cut differently now. We have 8 as the bottom number, but we're going to shade the same amount. So we're going to shade the same amount, and that is 2 pieces. So 2/8. So 1/4 and 2/8 is the same. They're the same. They're equivalent. Okay, let's do one other one. That would be 1/3. So we're going to make, oh, again, I forgot to click on we're going to make a circle, our pizza, okay? And then we're going to cut it into 1/3, 3. That's a little bit tricky, but we can do it like that. There we go. And then we will cut this part. It doesn't really matter which one we cut. I mean shade. We could have shaded this part or this part, but we got to do 1/3. So this is 1 out of 3. The numerator is 1, the denominator is 3. So this is 1/3. Now we're going to take the same pizza, but oh boy, I'm not very good drawing these circles. All right, and this time we're going to go ahead and cut it into the 3 like we did earlier, but this time we're going to cut it a little bit more. So we're going to cut one that way, one that way, and one this way. So now, even though we've cut it a little differently, we've got 6 pieces now. So the bottom number is going to be 6. We're going to shade it the same. If they're equivalent, then they're the same size and they're shaded the same. So we're going to shade this whole area. See, we're going to make it the same as that one over here. But here we only shaded one section, but we cut this differently. So these are actually 2 sections. So this would be 2/6. So 1/3 is equal to 2/6. These are equivalent fractions.